If it ain't crazy, don't do it. They got a nice little run going. Eddie hustling with them for about 4 months. Business is good. They had it right.
He's bringing it all back to Detroit.
I ain't lying. Eddie spoke about it. He had put 28 in, 30 come back. Tavario was explaining actually the...
because it sucks in the little baking soda.
Yeah, and the shit was coming back 30. He happy as can be. He come to New York to cop.
Oh, that was like that Cali cartel cocaine. It was almost like mint to cook in the crack.
Yeah, yes, it was mint.
It wasn't even for snorting.
Yes, exactly.
It's kind of gummy or whatever.
Pablo and Crazy ain't around. I had just had foot surgery, so that's why I didn't go with him to cop. And when he left my place in Brooklyn, he had been gone. This shit normally takes 45 minutes. The whole process to leave my place in downtown Brooklyn, go uptown, cop, and come back was a 90-minute deal. After him, and God rest his soul, my brother 250. 250 was Eddie's driver, wingman, partner, my beloved friend that just passed. 250 and Eddie leave, they've been gone about 3 hours. I'm telling my man LB, because he see my face all fucked up. Because I know only two things have happened.
Arrest or...
my friends in jail, or they might be out of here. They might be out of here. This is the real shit, fellas. Damn it. This is the real shit.
This ain't the glamorous
This ain't the glamorous part, because I'm sitting on the couch, foot in the cast, like, damn, our friend's dead. Because when shit goes south, it goes south.
Oh, yeah.
Shit goes sideways, it goes sideways. About 4 hours later, Eddie come in. He got a fucked up look on his face. They're like, man, they got me. He gave his money to one of their underlings. They spun him for 4 hours talking about Pablo and Crazy will be here. Finally, they come give him the brick. As soon as he walk out the apartment building on 127th,
they had the sticker man come stick him up. So they could tell the boss, well, we served him.
We served him. It was somebody else on the block peeped the move. Wasn't us. He said as soon as he walk out, they boom, nigga, don't make me do it. He dope. All that brave shit, I don't be knowing, like, I had a gun to my head 2 times in my life, and both times, I gave the niggas the shit so quick they was scared. Man, you had all this shit, is you crazy? We not gonna talk, we ain't gonna negotiate, it's yours. You need a big man. Anyway, Eddie just tossed the brick up in the air and took off running. They took the brick. So now he fucked up.
But here's the sunshine out of that. I fucked around now. I was fucking with a guy at that time at the same time I was fucking with them, but they Kane was better than his because he was playing games with me. So I had to show him the lesson. So I went by Big Ed's. He was running Indigo Blue. He was running Indigo Blue at this time. You understand? So Big Ed was the man at that time. He had Thursday nights and all your celebrities would come through that. And Wendy Williams was one of the people you see narrating and hosting the shows. Back then, he had her down there at Indigo Blues.
Interrupt you for a second. And shortly later, all those comedians that we would later have at the Cotillion Club come from Indigo Blues, and Big Ed, Mike Epps, Cheryl Underwood, D.O. Hugo, that whole clique come out of
Big Ed in New York.
That's correct.
So that's how that wound up later on working out. Now we getting down with the package at this point. We hadn't fucked with no celebrities or stars. We dealing with motherfucking dope. So Big Ed come with the motherfucking lie, because he had gave me some garbage and I cooked it up for him. He gave me a house. He cooked that shit up. I cooked that shit up, looked at it, told, man, this ain't but 15 motherfucking grams. I threw that nigga, him and that Chicano he had with him, I threw them niggas that Kane, and them motherfuckers weighed that shit. It was exactly 15 grams what I told him. Them motherfuckers was so embarrassed and scurried out of Junior's apartment. We was in Brooklyn at that time. Them motherfuckers scurried out there so embarrassed, thought they had a motherfucking lightweight that didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Now after I got robbed, I went back to see Big Ed at Indigo Blue. Big Ed goddamn it said, come on here, Eddie. That motherfucker had 2 goddamn keys in the desk unwrapped. These motherfuckers wrapped in rubber. He said, nigga, unwrap them. He gave me a razor blade to cut the motherfucking open. Now, goddamn it, cutting open these motherfuckers. That was the real motherfucking deal. Now, I done got robbed for most of the money. I think I might have had about $4,000 to spend with Big Ed, which got me running. But what really happened was, once I got home, I ran into Courtney Brown.
Now he willing to listen to me and Pops. Right? So he come back, his bankroll fucked up. I'm still in New York. He cut into my father and say, Berman, you say that you working with a good bag. And Pop's like, nigga, I've been telling you for damn near 8 months now, I got that thing. You just keep running back and forth. He's like, anyway, take these 10 bundles over to your spot. See what you can get going.
That's $1,000.
$1,000.
10 packs of 10 dimes.
I went by and I told Courtney what had happened. And Courtney had some killer motherfucking heroin that would knock a motherfucking bull out.
Eddie sold the 10 bundles in about 32 minutes. He come running back. Pops gave him 50 bundles. He finished that day.
So first day the spot does $6,000.
$6,000 out the gate. He plateaued it to $10,000 a day within 2 weeks. And within a month, he doing 25, 30.
Just in heroin.
Just in here. He makes so much money, God rest his soul. Paul McDaniels lived on the other side of the street. We would end up setting up over there. Eddie gave up the cocaine business. He started making so much money with Pops. Because first of the month, he might do 50,000 a day. First through the third.
The markup on the heroin was more.
Now see, he getting most favorite status. Those who know the story know Eddie Jr.'s father put my father in the game. My father was his father's number 2 man and looked out, and forever the Brown family will be in debt to what the big man did.
So at that time, I said, man, these motherfuckers done took most of my money. Him and George was riding together. Schoolyard George, you understand? The white Carrera, you understand? So they almost 6 miles, you understand? I slide by there and tell Courtney, you understand, these motherfuckers that robbed me up New York, and I got to get my money back fast as motherfucking possible. So I said, I'm headed over to French Road, 3875, the motherfucking Carter for real over my lifetime of running motherfucking narcotics. French Road, then seen Demetrius sack, it's the scene Wakefield sack, it's the scene Courtney Brown sack, it's the scene every motherfucking major motherfucking sack been around here. Red Quality Car Wash on 7 Mile. Any motherfucker that was any substance that had anything worth to be sold, if I fuck with it, it went through French Road.
Pops, like, this is my chance to pay back my friend. Eddie's sitting down right now. Eddie's still in jail. So he putting a 15 on it. He's putting a 15 on it and still selling it. So he's taking 1 key, turning it into 15 keys, right? He's wholesaling the same thing that he's putting a 15 on it.
For the price he paid for it.
That's right. But for Eddie Jr., they would hook up the same shit we was selling wholesale. And he was making up these packs, bundles for Eddie. He was putting a half a gram in each pack.
So a dime. Oh.
So normally
$20 grams of heroin. Oh, no wonder. So everyone's coming. So if you're selling heroin, you just come here and just.
It went bananas. He's
so
giving out a half a gram.
50.
He's giving out a half a gram.
1 gram's like $100 right
Yes, and he's giving out a half a gram for $10.
And then Eddie only got to turn in 5 on each half a gram.
He told Eddie Jr., man, just tell your daddy what we doing. We said, let's split it down the middle, man. We're gonna just split it down the middle. If you do 40,000 a day, we split it down the middle.
And I mean, it went through there. You understand? So French Road was a powerhouse. And running French Road, it'll run you crazy because it was a 24-hour business. It's something that I would advise nobody to take upon yourself because it's insane ludicrousy. You understand? Trying to run a 24-hour joint is one of the hardest jobs you will ever do, and run that motherfucker right. Now, I got an article in the Detroit News Free Press right around 1999. It was the most rated crack house in the city of Detroit in the state of Michigan. 3875 French Road. Motherfuckers used to come from anywhere to come there. Motherfuckers tell me, nigga, I done been to jail 3-4 times, you still here. French Road was a powerhouse over 20 years, and it wound up on the front page of the Detroit News and the Free Press.
Most people, you know, being there to see which it, you know, they would hit the spot and you'd open back up by the time you bind it out.
Because I had the whole block. See, that's what niggas don't understand. When you run in the block, it was no house on French Road I couldn't go into. Whether it was the Cunninghams, whether it was Mr. Rufus, whether it was Mr. Jackson, whether it was the McDaniels, every house all the way down the block. Rick Hobbs was down there at the corner. It wasn't a house I couldn't go in on French Road. So I could go into any house. All I had to do if I wanted to hang at Mr. Rufus' house, he liked to drink motherfucking CR Crown Royal. I buy a fifth, go over there and kick it with him and Kurt and watch my motherfucking money be made. Right there across the street or next door, wherever I choose on that block. Anywhere on that block. That's why the police called hell with me there. Because there was nowhere they could come. Anywhere I go, I could duck in. Rochelle was across the street, you know. So the block was mine, basically, all the way down and up and down, anywhere. Even going towards Mac, I had Little Legs down there with her house. So it wasn't a house I didn't have on French Road. And I took care of French Road, the entire block. Mr. Kelly loved to play numbers. Wouldn't have money half the time. Mr. Kelly, here go $50. Go play your motherfucking numbers, and I hope you hit. You understand? It's about taking care of the block. Mr. Kelly would be one of the first motherfuckers concerned about me when the police would raid there. Mr. Kelly would come down there and make sure I was all right. And most people on that block, when they would raid, the next door neighbor to Paul's house where I went to raid, he was an honest man. His name was Mr. Jackson. They raided Paul's house looking for me, and they had been raiding the house so much and missing. Mr. Jackson came out the house and asked him, "Who are you looking for?" They said, "Mr. Jackson." He said, "I'm Mr. Jackson." Mr. Jackson knew me because I had seen him helping his wife who was elderly in and out the car every day and would help him do that. So Mr. Jackson knew exactly who I was. This is why I was a fixture in the community. The people on the block loved me. They didn't want me to go. They protected me. That's how you do it.
What about the barbecues? When you would just...
Every day.
Barbecue for the whole neighborhood.
Every day.
Anybody come by, you'd feed them.
Every day. Anybody who know the legend of 3875 French Road know every day you barbecue it. All of my customers from that time know I never left none of them sick. Every day I walked out the house with $200 worth of cane and blows to give away to keep my sack money right. That's a giveaway every day for shorts. A nigga got $5, nigga got $6, nigga got $7. If you ever ran a spot, you know you got tremendous shorts if you making big money.
Same thing his father told him when my father went to tell him Eddie what he couldn't afford, and Eddie just said, "Well, look, man, we partners then. Now can you afford it?" And he's like, and that was it. They just split the bag. We do all the hookup. Shout out to Shauna. Shout out to Trina. Shout out to Terrell. Shout out to Rhonda, the whole hookup team. Over there on Burt Road.
Oh.
It was a long drive.
Yeah, that's
Deep West.
Yeah, that's where my pops live at. Yeah, that's
Burt Road.
And then, but you could hop right on 96 and take it to 94 and come up right there.
And
the Detroit Freeway game.
And that lasted, man. That Pakistani run. In fact, the lick got so good. That's what led to me opening up the store on 125th Street. I got a loft in Harlem, high-rise downtown Brooklyn. We ended up buying the club on Puritan, started bringing in acts.
When you're at that volume, I know when you mix on like that, it falls, to use the term. So did 7 days a week, it had to be mixed, or like twice a week, or?
Again, this all documented. All them people I just shouted out that was on the hookup team, Trina, Shauna, Terrell, Rhonda, they couldn't keep up.
It wasn't day, or they were always
literally could not.
Oh, so it was every
Pop
5, 6, 7 days a week.
Sometimes Pop and Eddie and 50 with the rest of the hookup team were literally all.
50 is Steve.
No. I'm talking about 250.
Oh, 250.
Big Steve, Big
That's
Five
another
gonna come in later.
We'll let him tell that story.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Five had his Five bag had a shout out to Five, Big Steve. Five helped out too, but they would come, the network. Now I give all the hustlers in Detroit that was in our circle credit.
So
whenever
you had
we put out
boosters going on, and you had this going on.
and we had this going on,
And
and
when
then we
did
had CT. He was moving weight.
You making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a day, I guarantee you got $300-$400 worth of shorts. And I just didn't like a motherfucker who spent money with me all the time to leave unhappy at any time. So my job was always making the customers happy. It wasn't about anything else. The customers made me happy with all that money, and goddamn it, I was gonna make them happy with the best dope I could give them. And that's honest. I wasn't one to beat the goddamn dope up, cut it up, put soda all over it. I gave it to him straight with no chase.
Shout out to Benny Bo in his house too.
Millie Bo is beautiful. Amy is gone now. Amy Cunningham. All of those was that was my team. That was part of the whole team. That whole block was my team. So I went to every funeral that was given for them and gave and dinners and all of that. That was my block. French Roll was me.